Hey everybody, we're live. We popped our technology.
Hopefully.
Yes.
You'll let us know because we can hear us. But
You can hear us.
if you can't hear us, then
We're here. Very good. So we're just going to take some time. We're going to wait as people get in here. How are you?
I like your little onesie.
Thank you very much.
We're not matching tonight.
No, we're not matching. We often match.
We do.
But
We often do not match as well.
we often do not match our matching. So, I don't know.
And so when you get inside way too long, then I thought we're wearing onesies, but they're not matching. They're matching and are not matching.
So welcome to our second Santa set. Yes. Sir Crazy's second Santa set. We're going to cook some food today.
We are. We're going to make some cocktails, hang out with y'all. Hopefully bring a smile to your face in the time of COVID-19.
Hope everybody's doing well out there. Good to see everybody. Say hi if you're around.
Feel
We
free to
got
like
two people in here already.
we can pitch to you, but if you don't make yourself known, we don't know who's spying on us.
Yes. No, we're starting to fill up. So good to see everybody. We have this is the second one we done. Last week we made margarita
We did.
and
In case it's
I some quesadillas with homemade.
Dillas.
Quesadillas, margaritas. And this week we're gonna do some different things. It's, as you can tell, we're our candies.
Maybe we should explain that for anybody who doesn't know. Oh, well, we could play a promo.
We can play it. If you haven't seen our, if you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have been here,
But also,
welcome back. We've been having fun promoting this thing. It's sort of a whole new idea for us. So we want to try and make some interesting stuff for it. So if you haven't seen our promo before, we've been doing promos. And we just thought maybe,
also, if you have no idea who we are, and you're coming to us for the first time,
oh yes,
I'm Elle Diabloe.
I'm the blind lady.
We are burlesque performers and hosts in Montreal
Yes.
who are cooked up in our love shack. We figured we love to cook, we love to eat. As I said last week, for those of you tuning in again, I'm sorry if I'm repetitive. Neither one of us is a professional chef. We just love food and beverages and making people smile. So,
So what we just thought we wanted to do is show you some stuff. Like I said, we upped our technology game here. We're going to a little bit of different stuff here. And one of the things we wanted to say to people was we did a promo for this week's show. If you haven't seen it, we were really proud of it. It was kind of fun.
and if you have seen it, buckle up, you're going to see it again.
So ladies and gentlemen, stand by. We're going to play you the promo of this week's show. So on 5, going to promo in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my. Danny, can you come in here for a minute?
What? Ooh.
Yeah, we have a promo to do.
Oh no. Damn you, Tiger King! Quick change powers activate!
Hi, I'm Elle Diabloe.
And I'm the Divine Danny D, and we are totally awake.
Join us this Thursday, April 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live for the second edition of the Stir Crazy Pancake.
Say, Elle, what do you think people have been doing most to pass the time during this period of social distancing?
Oh, geez, Dad, I don't know. You know they've all been fucking...
Algorithm!
Oh. They've all been watching family-friendly television and movies.
And that's why this edition of Sankaset is dedicated totally to... Movie Night! Join us this week as we make one of my favorite late-night TV snacks, German pancake, also known as Dutch baby.
And what goes better with a Dutch baby than a delicious cinnamon maple whiskey sour?
Yummy.
Indeed. So if you're looking for ingredients or proportions, they will be listed in the description below. And join us Thursday and cook with us. Drink with us.
Or just join us and socialize, but distantly.
Go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/StirCrazyTV for all the crazy details.
Or just come to facebook.com/StirCrazyTV/live on Thursday, April 2nd at 5 p.m. and join in.
So we're making babies, huh? I told you everybody was Ready?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go.
We're back. We're back. We hope for that that's going to work.
Does it sound better, guys? Can you hear us?
We're having some sound issues apparently, according to all the things I'm looking at here. Hey, bear with me. Let me just have a chat with you over here. Hi, this is the chat cam. I'm just working on the sound here, so I can get that to fix it. Let me know if in the comments if you are having a problem with that. Wow, you're doing that. You can just stop and oh, you don't have to do that. So let me know if you can hear this. It works okay. We seems to be all. It looks fine from our end or what we're sending, but I hope it's okay.
But perhaps you have to yell more than that general direction.
Yeah. Well, no, it's still coming from that.
I know that's what I mean. Like you're talking into the computer.
No. Everything is going to the one thing.
I know.
Even when I'm over the coast. Even when I'm talking to let's hope for the better. If not,
I'm also going to do this to see if that helps at all. I'm just going to see if that maybe helps on some of this stuff. We'll see. We also have, while you are standing there watching, as you can see, we have our chat cam, we have our A cam, and just to be a little more interesting, we also have our fly cam, where we can fly in around our whole thing.
Aerial shot.
Oh, look, we got this whole thing going on here. We have something being made right now. Why don't we go to Elle Diabloe while she tells us a little bit about what we're going to do?
Hey! Campers. We figured today, because we're going a little bit more sweet with our treats, that we should go with something a little bit, sweet with our beverage, but not OTT sweet, just regular level sweet. So, we're going to do a cinnamon maple whiskey sour, but, spoiler, we have both bourbon and we have, that was sound basil, sorry. It's probably better that the sound isn't good because that totally just came right out of my nose. And we got rye. So pick your poison. The logic here was, according to Danny, the rye is a bit spicier and more flavorful, so it kind of gives it a little bit more oomph or whatever cocktail term you'd like to use instead of mouth feel. You could go for that if you want. So I'm going to start with bourbon. If you have rye, you guys decide. I am not the boss of you. But we're probably going to eventually do. So you could choose your own adventure that way. I mean, the world is your oyster. And if you're not drinking this and you're drinking with us nonetheless, salute and time. And that's that. So, for those of us who are doing some whiskey sours, we're going to take some bourbon. We have the Maker's Mark. You. We need and what is it, 3/4 ounce?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think I've been talking to people on here. I think I have the sound fixing. The sound fixed.
The sound fixing is happening.
The sound fixing is happening currently.
And in case, because we're talking on top of each other, you missed that. That's 1 3/4 ounces of bourbon. I'm doing it twice because there's 2 of us. Yumma. You could do it twice because there's 1 of you. I mean, really, again, it is not for me to tell you how to do your quarantine. We are going to go and add to that an ounce of lemon juice.
That's fresh squeezed
That's
lemon.
fresh squeezed. Like, don't mess
You might
with
want
it.
to shake it because it's full of pulp too.
It is pulpy, indeed, and it's getting stuck in the hole. So we got 1 of those, and then another 1 of those. Shout out to our Wiggle Room buds. The squeeze bottles were inspired by you guys. And then we've got some Canadian maple syrup, because it's currency. We're going to do half, and then another half. That makes 1 whole.
So this is for 2.
That's for 2. Or again, a double.
A double. for a carafe of it.
If you want to just put a straw in that when you're done, that's groovy.
So
There's some ice over there. I'm gonna just move this over in case my burlesque is taking over, and I want to give this like a sexy, fur.
Oh wait, let me make it more sexy.
Hold on. Are you gonna go into my cleavage cam again? It was called the fly cam until 4 minutes ago. Now we're just gonna call it the cleavage cam. We're gonna mix that all up. Ooh la la. Yeah. C'est très bon. Oui.
Trying to do this and cut it.
Too many things. All right. Pass me them ice cubes, please.
Here's a 1 ice cube for you.
Thank you very much.
Here's another ice cube for us.
Most groovy. Give that a little pour ski. Now a little pour ski. Do all top because I'm a good one.
Oh yes. Oh, that's nice.
It is indeed quite nice. And then on top, a little bit of cinnamon to taste, really. It's as you like. Some people are spicier than others. So, get that little,
There we go.
there we go. And to you. And to you.
Yes, thank you very
I
much.
say l'chaim.
There we are.
Santé.
The Canadian maple whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, that is a tasty treat.
that is nice. And you did it with the bourbon, did you?
I did. This time we went bourbon. Next time we can go fully Canadian with our Canadian club.
Yeah. And especially if you're a whiskey drinker at any point, and again, depends on the type of flavor you want. I find this is nice because of the maple syrup. It's a little sweet. So if you like that sort of more of that sort of sweetness enhanced, bourbon is really nice. It's going to give you some of the cherry notes in that. But if you like something going to be contrast with a little bit, going to a rye is going to give it a little spicier flavor.
Well done.
Oh yes.
While you were doing technology.
Well, I'm just reaffirming.
Oh yes, reaffirmations.
So that's going to be that. Now, why? Well, we're going to get into this to more of this in a second. Our second element today, our cooking piece today, we are going to make something very, very personal to me. And this sort of spawned out of, I made this about a week or 2 ago for you.
We've been watching a lot of television and movies, a lot, as I'm sure y'all have as well.
And when I was a kid, I've never been a big popcorn person. I'm not a big popcorn. I don't really like it. And one of the things that we used to have when I was a kid was this thing that we would call German pancakes. Some people call them Dutch babies.
I really
None of those people are German.
I have to look up why they call them Dutch babies. That might be an activity for me to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just the way it will work. Anyway, so we used to make this. It was, to me, it is a movie snack. One of my absolute favorite things to do. It's not a hard thing to do. Very, very simple. If you've ever made any kind of pancake, it's pretty simple like that, but this is a baked pancake. One of the things that is important for this is you got to get it's all done in the oven. So we won't be actually cooking out here, or doing it in here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven to 425 degrees. That's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to do it all live here along with you. Yeah, and
I should probably do it.
Let me do it. You can go concern yourself over here now.
There.
I know,
Why didn't you know me? Why didn't you turn the oven on?
So we're going to turn this on to 425 degrees, but go, move, woman. But when you warm up your oven, if you have a cast iron pan, use this. If not, it's important to have a pan that can go into the oven. Stainless will work, though I find you get the best result with a cast iron. So if you have both options, go with the cast iron. If you don't, just whatever one will go into your oven and can get as hot as hell. So anything with a plastic handle, you probably don't want to put in there. You want this to get as hot as hell. So we're going to preheat our oven to 425 degrees with the pan in the oven. All right. So pan goes in the oven. Oven goes up to 425 degrees. Boom. We are set. We are ready to go. This is going to take 20 minutes to sort of set up.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
In between time.
well, before we start to make the pancake,
Oh, I'm right behind the flaccid faucet. My father used to call this the flaccid faucet.
in the meantime, talk a little bit about what we're doing here today.
You mean other than making pancakes and drinking alcohol with old friends and new friends? Any new friends?
Any new people? Yeah. If you didn't watch last week, this is your first time, give us a shout out. We want to say hi to
We
you.
want to shout you out. Also, if you have never seen us before, ever in your entire existence,
If you're brand new to our existence,
who are these two crazies?
who are you? Why are you here?
Why should I care? We'll make it very clear or not. I mean, it's, it is quite tasty. It's and apparently, according to Alicia, with spiced ground nuts quite good. I could see that being quite tasty.
Yeah.
I think really most dark alcohols would work with this. In all fairness, especially if you want spicy or sweet.
Exactly. This is all about movie night to us, because I'm assuming that one of the things that is, I think, the what do you ever want to call this? What do you want to call this? The pandemic, the COVID crisis,
that moment in 2020 where the world collectively lost their shit.
Whatever you want to call it, I think one of the things that's very clear is people are staying home and watching TV right now a lot. And
like a lot.
A lot.
Like
a whole amount.
Like an unhealthy.
We have watched so much weird stuff.
Okay, what have we watched?
Well, I think everybody. I think what I think is going to be hilarious is this is of course going to be all of us staying inside around the world is so tied to Tiger King right now, which is hilarious.
But I am going to say I have read a lot on the socials recently about a lot of people taking a stand against
Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki.
Tiger King, and I dig that. I dig that because it really made my brain feel like it was melting a little, and it felt all sorts of wrong while I was watching it, but I persisted anyway. Whereas maybe in non-quarantine time, I would have been like, yeah, I don't got time for this. It's making me feel stupider than 4 minutes ago when I wasn't watching it. So yeah, mixed feelings on the Tiger King, clearly.
1 second, everybody.
What's up?
Hang on. Hi, everybody. It's Dan over here. I know what she's saying about Tiger King and how it's a little questionable. I don't care. I really fucking liked it. Sorry, algorithm. It was weird as hell. I like weird and creepy stuff. That's why I am the way I am. Don't tell my wife.
Yeah, so the Tiger King happened. I personally, the other day, had a bit of a regression moment where I watched, what did I watch? I watched Aladdin, The Lion King, and then Alice in Wonderland in an afternoon because I'm a 41-year-old woman. Started Ozarks, or Ozark. Almost finished Ozark. What else have we watched that's been weird?
That's about it.
We watched some other good
You talk to
stuff.
them. I gotta fix the problem.
I'm gonna talk to y'all. What else? I'm just gonna like run off at the mouth at all of the stuff that I think you should watch. Unorthodox. That was a something. Very well done. Made me feel a little bit weird about being Jewish, but that's maybe its own whole other topic of conversation. Jojo Rabbit. Also
Jojo Rabbit is
really,
actually
really
fantastic. I think
good.
Jojo Rabbit is probably one of my favorite things I've watched in a while.
Yeah, me too.
Uh,
Also, Knives Out. I wasn't super
Hi, everybody.
into.
Dan again. Being a German, it's weird to say how much I like Jojo Rabbit. We're not allowed to like that movie that much, so I'm sorry.
I like the way he keeps cutting away, like I'm not standing within unquarantined
I think I
distance.
did it, but I didn't actually do it live.
Okay,
Hang
well,
on.
you want to play your little
I gotta
video
do it
back now?
again. I
You
gotta-
ready yourself?
I gotta do that again.
Video?
Hi. I screwed up that cut before, but here it is again.
What did you do? You're screwing up your cut again.
I'm sorry. I screwed up my cut again because I thought just handing her a phone would be without any problem whatsoever. What a fool am I?
You ever witnessed a live divorce? Why are you playing games?
I'm not. Why is your phone so loud? There we go. Oh, we have it. Oh,
Uh-oh.
bear with.
Stuff's
You
happening.
talk to them. I'll
talk
fix
to
it
you,
again.
see, because at least I should feel good that he's got to go hide in the corner when he thinks he's whispering to you, and I can just talk to you here, my people. Who's that doing? So yeah, Knives Out was the other thing that we watched that I actually didn't expect to like, and it actually made me like chuckle. It filled me with a great deal of goofiness. So yeah, those would be my top recommendations. Obviously, if you haven't done The Circle or Love Is Blind, then what you waiting for? Come on now. Where you going? Oh, over here.
It's flying around you.
Oh.
Letting things go. Did you have something you wanted to tell those people secretly?
These people? No, I don't. I have no secrets. I have no secrets.
She has some secrets.
So
Also, when you get that close, people can see how dire the esthetician situation is. Who else is feeling like by the end of being quarantined, you will know how to take off your own gel manicure, you will know how to thread your own face, you will know how to wax your own biznatch. Yeah, I'm going to be a Renaissance woman of a whole different kind when this is over.
Oh, your mother just mentioned the Hunters.
Oh, Hunters.
Hunters is
Hunters
excellent.
was
If you
good.
haven't watched
Good job,
Hunters,
Deb. Yep.
Hunters is excellent. It's like if Quentin Tarantino made Munich.
Interesting take, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree. Also, the first time I've seen Pacino where I haven't thought he was just being Pacino. In a
Yeah,
long time.
no, he was very
He was
different.
very-
Now he was Jewish Pacino.
Yeah, he was no, but like it was nice to
Yeah.
see a different. It wasn't just
it was
Italian
a mild.
Pacino.
It was. I think it was a mild accent. Of
but
the
it
same,
changed the
on
whole
the
thing
same.
for me. It really did.
Anyways, let's get everything prepped.
Yeah.
Here. We're gonna make our German pancakes.
We're gonna make a
Speaking-
Dutch baby.
Now that we've brought this all up, so I'm gonna bring up my ingredients.
I'm gonna move.
Can you grab me a mixing bowl and a
Mixing.
whisk? So this whole thing is super easy. One of the key things that you want to do, if you haven't done now, I put it in the comments here.
Toy twist or loose twist?
One of the things you're going to want to do, your eggs and your milk should be room temperature. I put it in the notes. If they're not, you might want to leave them out a little bit. This is something you might want to then go back and watch later, so you can do that once they're at room temperature. You'll get the best results when your eggs are room temperature, and so is your milk. If your milk isn't, your eggs are, this is fine. Just put it in the microwave for like 5 or 10 minutes,
No.
Not 5 or 10.
Oh my God, no, not
5 or
even.
10 seconds. 5 or 10 minutes.
And then
Evaporate it completely. No. Like I say, just a few, just to bring it up to temperature, you'll get the best results. So, in this recipe, here is everything we're using. We have got two, as I said, 2 room temperature eggs, half a cup of a room temperature milk, some room temperature salt, a lemon, doesn't have to be room temperature, just happens to be. We have some vanilla extract that generally is kept at room temperature, and of course flour, which is freezing. No, that's just room temperature flour. Also, I'm going to grab some butter. You're going to want about 2 tablespoons of butter. This is the kind of thing you're going to use some of it in the cooking process, and some of it is going to be drizzled on later. So you might want to have some melted butter. Again, microwave for 10 seconds, 15 seconds should melt it fine. So the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to whisk our eggs. So 2 eggs into the bowl. Please don't put any shell in. No shelling in the bowlie. That, of course, was the motto of the movie The Shining. So once you have those the eggs in the bowl, we're just going to whisk these. The thing about the eggs, you want to get them pretty light, so you want to go a little bit beyond just beaten. You want to give them when eggs sort of turn that watery texture, they go past viscosity and a little fluffy. You want to get them to that.
Viscosity?
You want to get them. You want to get them sort of light and fluffy. I'll show you how you want to get it.
Oh, I could use the cleavage cam on you.
Yeah, get the cleavage
I
can.
can get the cleavage cam
So you know
going
what you're
over
doing
there.
here?
No, but I'll
So
figure it out.
push the button that says
I
Shauna's
pushed Shauna's
camera.
camera. Yeah, I
And you
got
want to go
this.
sideways. Never. There you wait. That's the wrong camera you're using.
What?
There you are, because it's the one on
'cause
the
it was-
other side of it. You turn your
I
phone
turned my
that
phone
way.
that way, and wait, yeah, but you just pressed a thing.
No,
Oh no.
we'll just go back to the
I
arrow.
don't know. Oh, that's the sink. Don't show anyone how dirty our sink is. No.
Too late. It's too late. Well, there's looking at it. All right,
My mother
so-
just disowned me.
So, as you can see, we're getting it to that fluffy stage. You're getting some bubbles to form. This is about fine. Whisk tip. I was actually watching a video about whisking, and they compared 40 motions. I used to always, in a sort of vertical circle, whisk like this,
In a vertical circle.
where the circle is vertical,
So
so
I'm
it's
not the one
perpendicular to the counter.
Okay.
Some people do it a circle that's horizontal to the counter or parallel to the counter.
I was taught figure 8.
And what they were saying, just with the way of whisk, back and forth, just a simple line back and forth like so, you get actually the better action. It's keeping in contact longer and adding more air into it.
And it's good for your arm.
Yeah. So, just a note, just a thing to do. Once you have the eggs beaten, we are going to, I'm just going to grab my notes here. Sorry.
Okay.
We're going to grab, yes, we're going to add
God,
the
this
milk.
was your childhood favorite.
Yes, I was a child when I made it. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to add the milk. Just straight in the bowl. And we're going to add, I have the, where did the did you put those away?
I did not put nothing
You
on
did.
nothing.
You're going to put in half a teaspoon of vanilla. If you have a real vanilla.
Please
no,
don't use artificial
Oh, it is
vanilla.
artificial. No, I will never say bad things. Artificial vanilla actually isn't too bad for certain things, and for this, you're not really looking for a deep vanilla flavor. It's not like it's not like ice cream where you really want to have the richness.
Either way, if you've got the real stuff or if it's not a
I don't want to
quarantine-
shame anybody because they don't have the exact ingredients.
Oh,
we have. I
no.
think-
We're not shaming you now. We're
have-
shaming you for when you're allowed to go
No, I don't.
outside.
I also think if you like artificial vanilla, that's cool. Fine, use it. I don't care. It's great. But we're going to use a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and I like just a little bit more. So we're going to put that in. Put the lid on that.
We're going to give that a little bit of a mix.
I'm gonna get rid of the big
And
egg.
while we're doing that,
Click on our people. I'm gonna throw the eggs on the floor.
we're going to add a milk. And then, finally, we're going to add in, this is a half a cup of flour, simple all-purpose flour will do. Again, we all are dealing with what we got. If you got any other kinds of flour, that's fine. I've used whole wheat. It works great with whole wheat. If you want a slightly healthier alternative. A mix of whole wheat and white is also really nice. But use what you got. This is just simple all-purpose flour. Weirdly enough, one of the hardest things in the world to get right now. So we're just going to add this in. Don't dump it all in. Just add it sort of as you go. One of the things with flour, or adding especially, you want to always add your dry to your wet. But with dry and wet, you also don't want to add it all once right away, because sort of what we said about the tortillas last week. Sometimes, again, it depends on the temperature, the humidity out. You might need less liquid. You might need more liquid. So, so you might want to just add the flour as you need. I'm going to add the whole. We'll use the whole thing. And that is the batter. It is a simple, very. Hey, if you want to grab the overhead camera,
I could, but if I touch the wrong thing, it's all gonna go tits up again.
so just hold on camera. Now just click on the.
No, okay.
Go to Shauna's cam. There you
I'm
go.
gonna go to Shauna's cam.
Okay. No, it's the one on the other side. So as you can see, very simple.
Maybe they wanted to see us doing it.
It's just a very simple pancake batter. This is great. Once you have that set, also we're going to add a little salt.
How much salt?
I just like to use salt to taste.
They
They say a pinch of salt,
Wait,
a little
that
bit
was
of
like a pinch and a half.
yeah. Again, with something like this is a sweet dish, so a little bit of that salt in there is really nice to have. Once we have that all set,
Dan, we've had a request.
Mhm.
Could you do your best, Julia Child, please?
I've done Julia Child, killed her. So we have that done. It is all ready to go. This is it. It's a batter. We're going to dump this whole thing into our hot pan once we have it. But for now, we're just going to let it sit. Put that aside. You're going to want to make sure you have your butter ready. So we're just going to cut up a little bit of butter while we're at it. They say the recipe generally calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. I know one thing I thought. We'll grab it, make sure just we have it. At the end, we're going to garnish this with icing sugar and lemon. So if you would just grab the icing sugar, just so we have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to grab 2 tablespoons of butter. How much is 2 tablespoons? Well, it's some butter. Really, you don't have to be too exact here. I'm being crazy, and we're going to just do. I like to say 2 tablespoons is about a knob. A knob is a nice cube of butter. We're going to leave this out, though, because we might want a little bit later. All right, so once we have all that set, our batter is battering, our butter is buttering, our lemon isn't doing anything at all. It's out of work. And now we just have to wait till our oven to come up. Again, if you missed the opening, our oven is coming up to 425 degrees. We have a cast iron metal pan in the oven. It is coming up to temperature.
Dan, what happens if our people don't have cast iron pans?
I said earlier, if you don't have, that's fine. You just need to use a pan that can go in the oven. The heavier it is, the better. So if you've got a heavy, what is it called? Heavy stainless steel pan, great. You just don't want to use anything that has plastic parts that will melt. Some of them are silicone and are no problem. So just know that. Oh, that's nice. And so we have, just so we know,
It's
at the
sugar.
end,
For the algorithm,
we
it's
have-
sugar.
we have cocaine. Always garnish with cocaine.
Algorithm!
Get rid of them. No, we're going to garnish this at the end. And here's a weird thing. I know this looks like a lot of icing sugar. It may not be enough.
That's fine. I
So,
like to start
One of
small.
the things about this recipe is it's nice. It's light, but it's also with the fresh lemon on it and the icing sugar, it gives a really nice flavor. So right now we are just in a waiting period. While we're waiting, do you want to? You said you.
Hold
had
on 1 second. I'm just yes, indeed, Bonnie-Doo.
You're just. You can't say you're just when.
I'm so no Tupperware.
And you literally said I'm, and then didn't say.
Well, because I want to talk to everybody at the same time as per the
Well,
norm.
that's what we have the camper for.
I'm also gonna make
You make another cocktail.
I'm making another
Want to
cocktail.
just redo your whole cocktail? Let everybody know how it's done
I
again.
could do it again.
So we're gonna do the cocktail again. We're having sound issues at the beginning. If you weren't here at the very beginning, so we're gonna do the whole cocktail. This time we'll do it with rye.
Sure.
We're gonna do it with
We're gonna
rye.
get some cubes. Des glaçons, des glaçons, des glaçons.
And I know this is one thing which I didn't point out before. I use this, especially when you're using citrus that may have some pulp. When I strain, I like to do a double strain, so that on the and pour into it.
You see, I don't, because on s'en fout, right? So
Reason, if you don't like pulp in your drink and you want to make sure it's out, when you're mixing your cocktail, pour through your strainer, which is of course this part, but pour it into a smaller. If you have a smaller double strainer, that's going to catch almost all of the pulp. You want to have a pulpy drink. You don't like that.
I didn't find our drink so pulpy.
Nope, I strained it all before we put it into them.
I'm gonna
But yeah. So
Hey,
for
guys.
those of you who did,
over here for a second. I just got Peanut's voice for very good advice. I don't think that's fair.
Hi, everybody.
like, I almost want to say, like, you can quarantine yourself over there and talk on the chat cam, and I'm gonna keep the cleavage cam and the main cam. So, All right.
Well, you do that, and I'm gonna.
But hold on a second. For those of you who didn't tune in at the beginning, shame on you. Were you working?
I'm gonna follow
Some of you were. And by the way, to those of you who are still working and
Watch.
keeping us safe and doing all the stuff, thank you so much. Really, really a lot.
You're gonna say you're doing all the stuff.
Could you not?
I'm not doing it.
Okay,
It's-
good.
we're fine.
All right, good. But yeah, anybody who's working in essential services right now, I really, we both very much appreciate you. Everybody appreciates you. So
Yeah.
I hope you, you know, even if you get to watch this later, have a chance to make yourself a stiff drink and sit down and know that our society would not be where it is right now if you guys weren't going to work.
Well,
And,
say our society wouldn't be doing as well
as
it
you
is.
are. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not,
Oh, thank
we're not
you, yes.
blaming anybody.
No, that I can see.
Well-
I can see how it might have sounded that way.
Our
No,
society would not be in the way it is now.
No,
you people.
that's not what I meant. So thank you very much to all of you who are taking huge risks to make sure everything still works properly. And I apologize that my mouth spoke backwards. So if you were not here when we started this, we got a shaker. We're making cinnamon maple
There you go.
whiskey sours.
I'm gonna cut over there so people can follow you along.
That's groovy. We started with bourbon because, as you do, we're now going to try it with Canadian Club because we're really trying to make this drink as Canadian, apparently, as we possibly can with our German pancakes / Dutch babies. So, like, it's a fully international extravaganza, a flavor explosion for your face. We're going to do 1 3/4 of that times 2 because we're making 2 cocktails. Right? Giddy up, puppies. And maybe like a little sploosh because it's jeudi, as we say in Quebec. If you're not from Quebec, it means it's almost Friday. We can fake it. We got some fresh limon juice right here. Citron, le jus de citron. On fait un squeeze. Got 1 ounce, that's 1 ounce. Whoop. We did 2 of those last time.
Yep.
Yep.
Pronounce it.
And we're going to have to make more lemon juice if we want. And to be super duper hyper Canadian, we got our maple syrup here, and that is a half and a half. And more to taste, or if you want the diabetes, you can put in as much of that as you'd like. We stick our scary sexy spoon in here.
Oh, we're gonna go now
Please
to
just
sexy shaking.
Dan's also doing a dance. I'm not sure if you can see it. We're going to just top it off with
I wouldn't have done it if I couldn't see it.
All right, groovy. Ta-da! I am not, as previously mentioned, going to double strain, even though I got crap for it on the diary can in our kitchen. That apparently I can't hear. I've got a cube left. I'm not into wasting ice, so I'm just going to use it. Where's your beverage?
I'm gonna
Finish that. While Dan's finishing his
I'm gonna
beverage
get a quick
with
ice cube here.
his new mouth, we're going to take some cinnamon and just give that a little tap, 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 tap on top to taste. Whoopee. I am a disaster. In the best way possible.
All right.
I'll go for the wife. And a cinnamon poof poof. There we go.
Nice.
That's the technical bartending term, cinnamon poof poof.
And this is the rye one.
This is the rye one.
All right, let's try it with the rye. I think I prefer it with rye. I love bourbon. I'm a bourbon man. Bourbon is my
He's a
go.
bourbon man.
Actually, no. I probably.
Bourbon is your go?
It depends. I guess I drink a lot of rye. I drink a lot of rye. This is really the whole thing is a cry for help. No, I drink rye pretty regularly, but I think generally I would prefer bourbon. But in this drink, I definitely prefer the rye.
And I think
All right.
it's negligible. My enjoyment factor is approximately the same. How's about you?
Yeah. Okay. While you are doing that,
Yeah.
we are going to. What time is it? What do we got?
It is almost time to play a game with
I think
our
it's
folks.
almost time to play a game. We're at 5:41. We still got like an hour and 20 minutes for something that takes 12 minutes to cook.
Jeebs.
We've got so much to do. Just so you know, the oven has come to temperature here. We're going to leave it in there for a little bit. There is no problem. Let that pan get as hot as possible because part of the whole process is going to be that. In the meantime,
I'm going to make one suggestion. A
yeah.
little safety. Here's our moment of safety. Guys, be careful in the kitchen right now. Be careful everywhere, but be careful in the kitchen. I sliced through my finger last night. It was okay. All good. I don't like blood. Made me a little, but it was fine. But yeah, make your hand as hot as possible, but be careful as much as you can, please, because we don't need anybody going to the hospital because of something we told you to do.
yeah, please don't go to the hospital.
I have a lot of Irish Jewish guilt, and I couldn't bear it.
Yeah. So, so take care of yourself. We're going to play. You said you had a trivia game.
Oh, somewhere.
You wanted to see if I knew. I consider myself quite a movie fanatic. She thinks she's got some questions that may stump me.
I found some stuff.
I'm hoping if they're anything relatively recent, I'm okay. We've actually put out a couple things while we're at it, and while she's doing that, I'm just going to bring you back over here for a quick second. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dan's Chat Cam Corner. Hey, you can see Elle in the corner back there. Hi, how are you? We have a couple of things that we've just sort of been thinking what people are doing. A couple of questions. Here's a one for everything to go in. And while we're here, we've got some time. Let's just go into the comments for a few seconds just to see what Gordon Birchmore, a friend of mine from back in BC, says he feels vanilla shamed. Gord, I know you. I know you relatively well. That's not really what you should feel shamed for. So many more options. I love reading the comments. It's fun when your mother has conversations with friends of mine in Vancouver. Zoe Dalakis. Zoe Dalakis? Or Dalakis?
I am not Greek. I would say Dalakis, or maybe I am wrong.
She says I love the onesies.
Thanks,
Didn't
Zoe.
you have a
Costume change.
That was,
But
I thought
Zoe, let me know if I've massacred
you're
your
talking
name.
to this thing, but
Oh,
we're
Zoe,
all
let me
over
know.
here.
Sorry, there's so many computers.
And you're not even on it.
Maybe because I don't want to get that close to you. Quarantine.
Hey, everybody.
If I've just
Welcome.
butchered I'm now in your thoughts. But yes, Zoe, let me know if I'm right or not, and I'll be back. I have a costume change.
Zoe said nice onesies, or love the onesies. Hey, Zoe, we love your onesies as well, and your twosies. Misty Porto want to know, where did you watch Knives Out? I want to watch it too. We watched it on the computer. I believe it's on Apple TV. We watched it in, of course, a very reputable and legal manner. Other comments that we're going to be responding to. Seska's here. She said she's just woke up from her nap in time. Hey, Seska, I wish I could say I woke up from my nap in time, but I didn't. Mark Brennan is here with stars in his eyes. Those hurt. And finally, Bonnie Lou Friesen says, think I just figured out. Dutch babies, right? Right. While we're talking, just so you can see, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the main camera. Ooh, you look...
I believe in Southeast Asia they say same, but different. Yes?
I love this. This is the most Canadian thing you own.
It actually, no, I don't know. I think that my matching version of that might be the most Canadian thing.
Julianne pointed out earlier, I'm just going to do this real fast.
Yes, hold on. I can help.
Yeah, you do that. Julianne pointed out that he really wanted a shot of this, so we're just going to go to the bare bum cam. Bare bum. And in it
No.
is not bear, it's actually a zebra butt.
You're like a turducken.
It's a ducken, but for hooved animals. It's a pig and a zebra and a bear.
And a bear. I was going to say a dog and a zebra and a bear.
That's nice. It's very good. That's very good. So you said you had a quiz for me.
Well, I did, but we were talking about onesies for a second.
Oh, yes,
By the way, ladies and friends that identify as ladies, or men who really want a shorts onesie, every year Licenza puts out like an awesome onesie, and I have a horrible habit of just buying in all my favorite colors. I would highly recommend it. It's thermal.
It's thermal. So if you get trapped in the North Pole, this is perfect.
You might want long pant legs, but
that's
why.
Out of trend in the
But
North
that's
Pole
why
right now.
American Apparel makes really tall socks. So if any of these people want to just sponsor me to wear your stuff live, I'll do it. I am so good with product from like 3 years ago. So yeah. Yes, we have a movie quiz. I found it on the internet.
We found a movie
I
quiz.
didn't make
So
it
we
up.
have a movie quiz here.
Did Zoe ever tell us if I was massacring her name, or did she just leave?
No,
because
she did
was
not. She
offended?
just left. She's not here anymore.
Chicanas.
At least I assume I don't know who's here. Who is here? Can I find out? Can
I don't know if you
put
can
that
find
button? Put that button?
I'd be careful what
No,
buttons you
that
push.
doesn't do
but
it.
that's-
Be careful what button you push. Boom. All right. So while we're waiting
I'm gonna ask
for...
you a movie question.
Oh, so Hugo sent us a picture of cats masturbating.
Oh, that's so nice. It's so warm in my heart.
So why don't you do some of your quiz questions for me?
Okay, well, I have them on. There's too many computers all
No,
over the place.
and
It's driving me
there's
nuts.
never too many computers.
I disagree. Like dancer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of this stuff.
How would you have
like,
known to get to 8 if it wasn't for a computer to figure it out?
better the dancing. The predates the computers. No,
No.
I don't know why
The brain is the first computer.
says the man in the bare bum onesie. All right, here's some questions.
The bare bum is the second computer. All right.
Or more games. All right, so here we go. Question 1. What are the dying words of Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane?
Of course, Citizen Kane, one of my favorite from all the final words, which is one of the, I think it's maybe not, if it's not the opening line of the movie, it is within the first 10 lines, it's the word goes back.
It is indeed.
Which is the name, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to spoil Citizen Kane. It is his
algorithm.
His algorithm sled.
All right, I don't know. This is a movie quiz I found online, so we might be spoiling movies. So if
you haven't seen
just
any
do
movies,
this, go la 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 la, because that's a really awesome groovy way of
Oh,
handling.
your mom got it right, by the
stuff.
way.
Way to
Your
go,
mom.
Ma!
So we're gonna see how many
More
people
culture than
Julianne
you
got it right
credit
as well.
for. All right, here we go. For what movie did Tom Hanks score his first Academy Award nomination?
For what movie? Sorry.
You don't need to repeat
I was
it.
Ed McMahon for a second.
I know.
For what movie? Hey!
But then that kind of makes me like, I have to Vanna, and I don't want to Vanna. I want to ask
There was
questions.
no Vanna Fred.
I know Ed McMahon had no Vanna. Pat Sajak had a Vanna.
No, the first movie that he got his first nomination for would be Forrest Gump. It
No.
wasn't Forrest Gump. Let me see. Jillian Seidman said Big. Suska Lee said Big. Debbie Feldman said Big.
Big.
What did he get nominated for?
What?
What did he get nominated for?
Big.
No, I know what the movie was, but was it
I don't
best?
know.
I'm
But
assuming
it's
best
probably
actor.
best lead actor, but
Yeah, but there is no best lead actor. Just
well, best actor.
and best actress, which is vastly different.
A question.
Your mom
that-
also put two other options there. She just said Big,
It's not,
but then
wasn't a multiple
and
choice
she said
question,
Philadelphia Story. I'm not sure. I think she meant the movie Big Philadelphia Story. In
but,
Philadelphia Story, he wasn't in Philadelphia. He was.
all right, but shoot.
Okay.
Okay, this is a super easy peasy one, but I have to do it because I love this movie so much. What
Oh,
is the name of the skyscraper in Die Hard?
Nakatomi Plaza.
Okay, but give
Ah,
the people a chance to answer too. If you give it away now.
I've got to pause. My buddy Steve Rayner's here, and the movie he said that Tom Hanks should have won for. His guess was The Man with One Red Shoe, which is an awesome movie.
I have never seen The Man with One Red
It's an
Shoe.
excellent film, and it's actually a remake of a movie, an old noir film called The Man with One Brown Shoe. It's true.
Why is this so funny to you?
Because they just changed the color.
Of the shoe.
Yeah, because in the old film it was.
It was brown because it was sepia?
No, because he was a man in a dress suit. Tom Hanks was in Hans and jeans, so his shoe color changed.
It was in sepia?
And again, black and white, not sepia.
Shushy your face.
Julianne got Nakatomi. Julia Saban got Nakatomi.
Everyone should get Nakatomi.
Your cousin Ryan suggested that Tom Cruise got nominated first for Toy Story.
Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks?
They're the same person.
They're
Did
really
you ever
not.
hang your cruise?
Have you ever cruised your hand?
Twice. All right, next question.
All right, next question. What real life, on again, off again, Hollywood power couple starred in the film Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Oh, it's for those I'm sure everybody knows. Of course, that is Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor.
Indeed. I thought it was you and I.
Who was the other couple? Who played the other couple?
Oh, I have no idea.
George Siegel and Sandy.
D?
No, I believe Sandy Dennis.
Sandy D? I wasn't
No,
wrong.
you weren't far off.
I wasn't wrong. Okay, we're going to
Seska has said she's not seen Die Hard. Hang on a second.
Oh, no, don't you dare.
Hi, everybody. Just over here for a quick second. For those people who haven't seen Die Hard, small note. I don't like Die Hard. It's a terrible movie. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people think it's so good.
So good because it's so bad.
It's the same thing I have with Back to the Future. Don't get it. But, ladies and gentlemen, just wanted to say.
Also, you're allowed to have your own opinion.
No, you're not.
All right. Oh, God, some of these are super easy. I'll give you an easy one because we're drinking. The head of what kind of animal is front and center in an infamous scene from The Godfather?
Oh, of course. There's the horse head that was in the bed. I can't remember the name of the actor whose bed it was in.
Doesn't matter. It's not part of the super easy question.
I know, but I was trying to make that super easy question mildly more interesting.
I know. I didn't vet this. It was just 100 questions of movie stuff, so I figured it would keep us busy for a bit.
Where were you?
Oh, are you going?
I just thought I'd fly on you for a second.
I don't know.
Go for it.
Okay.
Keep going.
I'm going to go on. In what 1950 drama does Betty Davis say, fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy night?
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Joseph Boulanger knows the answer to this.
Is it Rebecca?
No.
It's not Rebecca.
It might be a movie title involving another woman's name, though.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's Rebecca then.
I said another woman's name, though.
Is it Rebecca 2? Electric Boogaloo?
No, it's not Rebecca 2. Electric Boogaloo.
If someone is bored and has seen the movie Rebecca, please make Rebecca 2
Electric
Electric
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
And when you do, you could say it started here first.
We have, okay. Seska's the first one in. She says Eve.
Yes, all about Eve.
All about Eve. She just said Eve. Debbie Feldman said all about Eve. Your mother's very good at these.
Deb, you're killing it.
But, of course, she's probably sitting in front of a computer. Wait a minute. I don't see how this is fair at all.
Only you know. If
How will we send our cash money prize money to?
Cash money, prize money? I didn't even know we had that.
All right, let's give me a couple more, and then we're going to make some Dutch babies.
What Hollywood movie star plays himself in Zombieland?
Oh, I know this one. Should I wait? How long should I wait?
We'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2.
Bill Murray. You did say if I'm right or not.
You are right.
No, I'm
Of course
right.
you're right.
Heloise. Oh, Heloise is here.
Hello, Eloise.
Hello, hello. Bill Murray is
Chimamanda.
Seska. And Debbie said, of course, old people have watched many movies for many decades.
It is in.
And Diane said David Bowie.
It depends how old. You know, some old people didn't watch movies for many decades because they weren't invented yet.
Diane said David Bowie. I don't know what he said David Bowie to, and for some reason his comment has disappeared.
Oops. But if by David Bowie you meant Bill Murray, it was autocorrect, right? It was totally autocorrect. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Two more
questions.
questions. Oh, wait.
All right.
One more question. One more question. You can come back to this.
What is the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time? Highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. I don't know why I do this weird thing with my finger.
I want to say Deadpool 2.
Nope. Oh, this might be an old quiz, so it's possible since then, but it's referencing stuff up until.
Like Deadpool. Pretty sure it's Deadpool 1 or 2 went over the
Anybody
billion
else?
mark.
Anybody else want to argue with Danny D before?
Diane thought she said Zoolander, and
Highest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
R-rated movie. I'm gonna say if it's not.
It's a character I play on stage. Actually, it's a number that I do.
Is it a joint?
No, it is not a joint. It is another J character that I play. Actually,
Oh really? It would be Dark Knight. Wouldn't
that would be Joker, apparently.
it? Joker did beat Deadpool, didn't it?
Joker is the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Okay, can we talk about Joker for a sec? And you're gonna make.
I'm gonna make some food. So why don't we make some food?
Okay, I'm gonna shut the movie trivia down for like 7 minutes, and then we can go back to this because this is fun. Love you guys.
Hey guys, we're gonna go make some food. Join me, won't you? Hi guys. All right. So we're gonna do to remind everybody who's gonna bring this back, so you can see where we're at. We are at. Here's our batter. It's not again. It's pretty simple batter.
Why does this remind me of avocado?
Want to grab me a pistachio spatula. So there we have the batter. Very simple.
This one or a bigger one?
It's fine, a little bit. And we're going to, if you wanted to switch back to the main camera.
Yeah, as long as you don't film me because I want to have a bit.
All right. Oh. You know where you were at. You can go over there and have a bit.
I told
her she wasn't allowed to vape on camera.
because
It'll
of
mess with our
algorithms.
algorithm.
So we got the batter in place. Now the oven has been heating for a while. We are preheated at 425 degrees with our pan inside the oven. So I'm just going to bring that out. Very hot.
It's very hot, guys.
Be careful if you're doing this along at home. Just put that on the pan. Now while that is sitting there, we're going to take some of our butter. We're going to dump that right into the pan. We're just going to mix that along. I'm going to give you an overhead shot so you can see what we're doing.
I'm also going to open the door.
Why is that doing that? Hey, there we are. So we're moving that up. So as you see, this pan is so hot, our butter is just melting right away. We want a nice big coating of butter in there. Get that all around. Don't be afraid. Why I'm doing this by myself, I'll never know.
Oh, shushy, you send me away.
So you have, now I don't actually need, okay, there we go.
No, I don't need you.
So get that, you want that butter just, once that is all set, simple, pour your batter in. Get it all out of there. Move the camera just for a second. Move it, move it, move it. Now move it over top of here so you can see what's going on. And switch to the main camera.
I'm going to switch to the main. You're confusing me. It's stressing me out. There's a reason I drink.
So we have that all set up. Okay, everything is in there. Butter, batter, putting back in the oven.
Oy.
Be careful.
Almost burning wife's ass. Oy vey.
And we're going to go 12 minutes. It's not a long time, just a good time. That is done. Batter is done. We're just going to let that. Now, what is amazing about this dish? It's very simple. As you can see by the ingredients, we're not looking for, it's not a super deep flavor thing. We're going to add that to it yet. Don't worry. It's going to be the way this thing looks. If you saw my pictures earlier, a couple of weeks ago when I made this, excuse me, heavens, I just burped on camera. Just came right up. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's an amazing. This is an Instagram thing when it comes right out. You have to get it when it comes right out of the oven. We will make sure that we go to the fly cam when we go to the oven so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. In the meantime, to get it ready, while that's doing, you want to take some butter. Let's just melt that down. So I'm just going to put that in the microwave. What there? 10-15 seconds. Get the butter melted. We're ready to go. We have some powdered sugar here, which we're going to utilize later. You're going to probably want to have if you don't have a sift, grab a sift. We're going to use that later. There's some nice butter there.
Burr.
We're going to get all of that. That is all set, ready to go for when this comes out because you want to get that when it's hot. Trust me, it's going to be great. In the meantime,
what I'm going to say, because I clearly, I'm going to go with this. I get nervous when I talk to you guys online. So I'm going to say, if you don't feel like mixing yourself another cocktail right now, you can just go to your little shelf of alcohol and pour yourself a tipple, just a little tipple on a piece of ice, or no ice. It's really, again, I am not the boss of you. You are you, and that's amazing. You forgot your drink. Where are you going? I know where he's going. You don't smoke on camera, apparently, because algorithms. I don't purport to understand any of it, but I want as many people to tune in and not be offended as possible. So instead of smoking anything, I'll just stand here and drink liquor. Just kidding. So yeah. How are you guys holding up? For real. It's a weird time. It's a really, really weird time. I've heard from some of my friends that are working that they feel weird working. I've heard from a lot of my friends who aren't working that they wish they were working. It's strange.
It's strange.
We
actually have a setup. We want to hear from you guys a little bit, and Alicia is asking what hashtag should we use to post on Instagram? Hashtag Stir Crazy TV.
We'll get that
Always
going.
Stir Crazy TV.
And on that note, we'll get an Instagram going also. Maybe after we're done with this. Good call.
We're gonna open a one of the cards I want to open with is we have a question up there. I think I hope it's working. I don't know.
Is it working?
We'll see what happens. I don't know how to see these cards work. It says it's happening. What character from movies or TV would you like to be quarantined with? We're all stuck inside a little bit.
It's a really good question.
What character from movies or TV? I know exactly who I want.
Okay, who do you want?
Who? Very simple. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. First of all,
You've thought about this.
I have thought about this. First of all, she is a doctor.
Okay. One would argue she's even a medicine woman.
Now, okay, when you say that, do you actually think she's a woman that's made of medicine?
Like tiny little pills?
Pills.
Like a little pharmaceutical robot
Yeah,
style,
you think
dressed
she
up
is?
in like
But she's
frontier.
not. She's
Yeah,
not.
no, I know that.
Okay, cool.
But I also think it's very interesting that they decided to call the show Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Well, you
And
know
I'm not
why
sure-
they called it that.
I probably watched.
Well, if you haven't watched Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, you really have to get on it. First of all, just a doctor. I think that would be a very handy thing to have
Yes.
around right now. And for those people who live with doctors and know that they're nowhere around right now, ignore what I'm saying.
Also,
I'm talking about a fantasy TV doctor. Secondly, played by, I can't remember her name all of a sudden.
Jane.
Goodall?
No,
She's
that was,
good
she
all
was.
over.
She was actually an actual medicine doctor woman.
No, she wasn't. She was with chimps.
She was the apes. Chimps.
Chimps. Yeah, she wasn't medicine. She was
No,
an
but
anthropologist.
she was a doctor.
There's no
of
medicine.
chimps.
She was not a chimp doctor. Anyways, yeah, and I just think that she, Jane Seymour.
Jane Seymour.
Jane Seymour. Of course, played Solitaire in Live and Let Die. Fun girl.
It's like she played solitaire in a movie.
She was Solitaire in Live and
How
Let Die.
boring was that movie?
It was a terrible movie. So anyway, she's oh look, there it is. We can see it now. That's what we want. Anybody else who we have here? Audrey Ivory suggested a different hashtag. Please don't use that one. Let's go over to this cam for a second here.
Oh, Scooter
So
wants
we're
to
just going to
that
do. Audrey also said Dr. House. We have Dr. Quinn is so hot. I agree. Doctor Who. That's also good because
I was going to say Doctor Who,
would be
actually.
good.
Way to
Let's
go,
stop
Audrey.
talking to that camera. We're at the
Sorry,
camera.
Audrey. Sorry. I'm so confused. That's why I need Doctor Who, because I don't understand anything.
All of the Doctor, really. Seymour. Everybody got Seymour. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, friends.
So that is who else?
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred. You want to be quarantined with Drop Dead Fred? That would be a lot of.
Does anybody who's watching, does the reference Drop Dead Fred make any sense
You're not
to
in
you?
the shot. You're in the shot over here.
Oh, well, because you were taking up a lot of it.
That's why I moved back.
I'm smaller. So yeah, has anybody watching seen the movie Drop Dead Fred? It was like one of my favoriteest movies.
It's a good movie.
It's dumb AF. It is so stupid.
And
but
if you're a podcast person, if you follow How Did This Get Made, and you haven't seen the Drop Dead Fred episode, it's one of the funniest things.
I literally just paused myself. It's like I saw myself and I was paused and I was like, oh look, I'm on pause. And then I was like, no, idiot, that's you live.
All right, what else do we have here? The Solitaire movie would still have been better than the new Star Wars from Michael Ackerman. Yes. Yes, it would.
Phoebe Cates. Yes, Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe.
100%.
No.
Oh, Phoebe Cats.
Phoebe Cats.
That's a different
Phoebe
movie.
Cats is the sequel to Cats and the prequel to Phoebe. Hi, everybody.
Oh,
We're here.
I know, but you cut out just in time to miss the best comment, which was, I would fuck truck dead.
Stop. Algorithm.
Algorithm, but
You can't say that.
I said pluck. He had big hair.
Hey,
I would pluck truck.
The algorithm knows what you said.
The
The algorithm knows everything. It's like the elf on the shelf of life. I guess elf on the shelf is the elf on the shelf.
It could be the elf on the shelf of
Is
death.
there a
which would
Jewish
be-
ability to the elf on the shelf?
Well, we don't have elves in
No, I
Judaism.
get that. But is there...
Yeah, it's called your Jewish mother. She sees you when you're sleeping. She knows when you're sort of not, but it's true.
So that
It's
is
true.
our Jillian Saidman asked, what's our favorite musical?
Movie or Broadway? Because that's different, because not all Broadway musicals that I love have been made into movies, and some movie musicals are not Broadway musicals. So which would you prefer first? We are on
Well,
a-
you're asking, I'm going to answer.
Yeah, I know.
You don't-
no,
you-
Jill's
No.
Hey,
You
Jillian,
don't have to wait for anybody. You just
all
have
right,
to talk.
so I think one of my all-time favorite Broadway musicals is actually Into the Woods,
Into the
which
Woods
is
is-
also
Into the Woods
one
is
of my
brilliant.
favorite
I
Broadway.
think my favorite musical
musical
is also Sondheim, which is a company.
Company's
I love
fabulous.
Company. I love Company a lot. I also really love that one.
With the dance in the gym.
Sorry.
West Side Story.
Hair.
Yeah.
Hair I can watch over and over. I love Hair. The next show, the next thing.
Hold on. Can we just finish this? I'm not done. I'm not done.
Oh, I thought
responding.
you
We've
had.
got
Well,
time.
because I don't know how to stop this thing from coming up. That's why
That's
I don't
okay.
know.
I was gonna pontificate for a moment. I'm also very partial to chorus line because of all the
Oh, chorus line. I love chorus
super
line.
high cut bodysuits and great choreography. And Blood Brothers, which they never made
I
a
don't know.
movie of,
I don't know Blood
but
Brothers very
it's
well.
actually it's a really good musical.
We can open that card, I guess. We're 2 minutes away from this, so let's not open it up. We're 2 minutes away from this.
It's gonna be
two minutes,
smoky when we open
you
it.
talk, and I'm gonna just check to make sure we're.
What are your favorite musicals?
Movie
Movie musicals or otherwise?
Oh
my God.
Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Of
of course. Rocky Horror. That's always.
If my mother's still paying attention, she'll be embarrassed. But I think I was allowed to see Rocky Horror before I was allowed to see Dirty Dancing, which is quite interesting when you think about the actual content. Dirty Dancing also arguably one of my favorite movies and a great movie musical. But would you consider Dirty Dancing a movie musical just because it has dancing in it?
It's true. That's a good question.
Because there's no actual musical numbers.
I'm just going to stop you.
Yeah.
We're a minute away from this coming out. I checked. It's looking good. So hang on for a
He's
second.
gonna birth a Dutch baby.
So we're gonna eventually here switch to the annoying cam, as I like to call it now, because it's just a bit of a bitch. Because to get to this thing without the ads, we're gonna have to go the pro version on you for this one. But this is about to come out. We are 30 seconds away. I am checking on it just quickly. It's looking good. I might want to give that about another minute. I might want to ground it a little bit
You
more.
do you. I was talking.
So we're gonna let that set up while that's happening. You continue. I'm gonna jump in though with breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
So please continue.
Oh, I'm gonna fill some time with. I thought you were gonna cut to the Dan cam. It was called the chat cam,
I did.
but now I cut. Oh.
I did cut to that.
No, but what you doing, yo?
Keep going, keep
I'm
going.
so confused. There's too much technology in my kitchen. I like it when it's like me and some pot or
You
a
guys,
pot
okay, hang on.
and some food. There's a camera and a
Hey
camera
guys,
and a
it's
camera.
me again. I'm just gonna show you what we've got going on over here,
Such a
so you
dick.
understand what's happening. Still got a little bit to go, but I want to show you. Follow me. Hey guys, it's me. Just gonna follow me over here. Just gonna see what we're doing out there. So how is that? Look at what we got going down over there. It's puffing up so good. Look, infinite loop. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so we got something really cool happening.
I'm going to give it one more minute to just brown a little bit. You want to have some nice color on that. Meanwhile,
I'm concerned that Audrey Ivory actually thinks we're cooking a Dutch baby. No babies have been hurt in the making of this clip at all. It is a tourne de phrase.
hi guys, it's me over here. I've accidentally hurt 3 babies doing this. She doesn't know. Please don't tell her.
I heard that you said that.
Good to know.
Anyway, so yeah, musicals. Woo! We keep trying to figure out, because last week people said they wanted us to do a musicals episode, and we're just trying to figure out with licensing and whatever, what that would look like. And
That actually is a pretty good point, because one of the things that we have is we have a question about what we want to do next
oh,
week.
it's true.
So we could always bring that up. Guys,
and gals and everybody in between. By the way,
to me, guys is a non-gender specific term, and I don't know if I should feel bad about that. Am I supposed to? But to me, it's always been.
To me, dude is a gender non-specific.
Dude is very
term.
much
Like,
a non-specific.
Me, all my dudes are dudes.
It's
but
a hair
not,
length specific. You have to have
no.
neck and longer.
If we're vibing together and like we understand each other on any kind of level, is it booze, is it politics, is it anything like that, I will probably turn to you at one stage and go, but dude. And to me, dude has no actual genitals.
Okay, we can't talk about this. I'm waiting for this. I'm going to do this.
All right.
All right.
We'll talk
so
about dude's
next
genitals
week,
in a minute.
what should our theme be? We're giving you 4 options. We want to put it in your hands. So we're giving you 4 options. Our next week's theme
You can't do this right now. You've got to take care of that.
is Musical Mania, Old School Vegas, which to me is like Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking Breakfast, I'm calling it.
Oh, like Breaking Bad.
But Breaking Breakfast.
So we're going to make breakfast with meth. Just kidding.
We're just going to do the whole show on meth. And finally, Quarantine Concoctions, which will be just us trying to make something with what we think everybody possibly has somewhere.
In the pantry.
So, Musical Mania, Old School Vegas, Breaking Breakfast, or Quarantine Concoctions. Tell us what you think we should do.
We also have to, like, asterisks. We don't know what Musical Mania is, but we'll figure it out. It might just be us singing good morning, while we cook something. So,
I'm going to get in here.
Okay, bye.
I'm going to
smoke.
bring out our Dutch baby here.
He birthed a Dutch baby.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, at what we have. Follow me, if you shall. Hi. How are you? What have we done? We've met a Dutch baby. What is a Dutch baby? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the beauty of the Dutch baby. Be careful, it's hot as hell. Let me get that so you can see all of that. It's gorgeous. While that's being there, I'm going to quickly switch back to the main camera. Hi, how are you? Look what we have. So first of all, now that we have that out of here, what's the beauty of using a cast iron pan? Of course, everybody who knows, it's the non-stick element of that. So while I grab my...
Also, if anyone wants to send us a new spatula.
So I'm just going to pop that in there. Look at this, how beautifully that pops out. Put that onto here. Let's face the pan and just get it out of the way. There we have it. It's lovely. One more time, I'm going to give you the overhead shot while I do that. It would really help if you were here to make me help me do this.
Okay.
I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't need to do that. I'm just going to move that to here.
I thought
All right,
maybe
we're
I
coming
should
over.
take a
Coming
break.
over here. Oh, I somehow switched cameras.
That's Dan's face.
There we go. So we have it over here. It is on the pan. I'm going to give this to you.
Audrey Ivory's helpful comment was, German babies are weird.
But don't put that down. You need that. We're on that camera.
Oh, we're on this
That's
camera?
our
What do you want?
There we are. Okay, so
Okay,
now that we
sorry.
have that in here, we're going to do a few things. First step is we're going to take, and we are going to, I'm just going to grab.
What? I don't know what you need.
I just need you to hold the camera.
It's very confusing.
And we're going to take this melted butter. We're just going to brush it down, get it nice. It doesn't have to be a ton. You just want to have there's nothing quite like melted butter. That's all.
And if you don't have a brush, you could probably use your fingers. I mean,
It's
get in
hot.
there.
It's hot. I would be careful if you use your. Now that you have
Or,
that in
or
there,
a paper towel with some.
the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take one fresh lemon. One thing, if you happen to have Meyer lemons, I would honestly want to use Meyer lemons because they're a little bit sweeter, but these will do fine as well. So we're just going to go lemon juice all over.
Also,
That's
a
what that is.
great way to disinfect your hands.
And finally, we're going to top this whole thing with lots and lots of powdered sugar.
I'll be the first person to remind Dan that diabetes, but it's fine.
Again, but the whole thing, and I will say this, especially all my friends who are diabetic, most
switching
people
back.
freak out when we think of sugar. We are more aware of our sugar. You can't.
I know. I
Oh, you
switch
put that-
back.
We are more aware of our sugar than almost anybody. And you know what? You're allowed to have a little bit of sugar. Your doctor will tell you. Be careful with it. And, in fact, not everybody, even if you're not diabetic, be careful with sugar. Because you can become diabetic. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have the camera back?
Yes.
Let me
Sorry,
give you
there
the
was an
final.
ad,
Can
so
you switch it over?
Yeah,
quickly?
there was just an ad, so I
I know.
switched it. I didn't know how to cope with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to quickly show you. Oh, went upside down. We are going to quickly show you this is the final Dutch baby. We're going to go back to the main camera.
Look at all of that. Look at all of that.
Wait as we get into the set
Cholesterol-free
shot.
butter.
Set shot here.
We're really hoping our trainer's not watching. Hey, Theo, we love
And
you.
Give me the main shot. Give me the main shot. Give me the main shot. Yes. Oh, so good. Now that you have that done, you want to cut it. You can use a big knife. If you have a pizza cutter,
Oh, we
those
do.
are always handy.
If you need to buy one, I sell them. It's
Can
no,
you know, how will you?
it's stuck. It was stuck in the
It was
thing. It was stuck in the.
This was almost needed to know somebody who wants to buy one.
Shush
So you
your
want to
face.
cut that into 8s, so there's enough for everybody. Or if you're by yourself, just shovel it in. Cut that up. This is gorgeous because it should be lovely and spongy, with a little bit of sexy, buttery, lemony goodness. You want to take a bite of this with me?
I just wanna answer. Somebody asked, can we use Splenda?
Yeah, of course.
No. I said there's tons of sugar replacements like monk fruit,
The Splenda is also a sugar
or
replacement.
Splenda has brown sugar.
But there are some icing sugar equivalents,
Okay.
and if you don't have the icing sugar equivalent, you can also pulverize some of your other sugar. I don't know why you're typing me. You just talk to them.
Because I already started. So much is going on.
Yeah, but the one thing is going on if you have a camera.
Again, do you guys want to witness a live divorce?
Why? So now that we have this, again with this, here's kind of the consistency you want. You want it should be a little. It's floppy. It's lovely.
It's what?
It's floppy.
It's
It's lovely.
It's
Lemony.
delicious. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Front of a TV movie, front of a regular movie.
Mm. It's
Gorgeous.
really good.
Mm.
It's
I
awesome.
had a drink to go with it.
I'll make you a drink to go with it.
What's nice is the out. It's like a. Here,
Hold on. Oh, wait.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Sorry. If you're familiar with Yorkshire pudding, it's kind of like a Yorkshire pudding dessert. Big Yorkshire pudding, where the edges get kind of crispy.
It's
The middle
custardy
gets
delicious.
custardy and it's so good.
It's the first clean now.
Hi Jen, thank you. It does. It tastes absolutely as good as it looks. You want to have a little bit more. This is one of the why I got thought of making this. Again, this is from
Where's
my
your
childhood.
glass? Oh, there.
From my childhood, this is a big thing, but I've sort of forgotten about it. And then there's a YouTube cooking show I love called Food Wishes.
Oh, with Chef John.
With Chef John. If you haven't watched it, where have you been? He's the loveliest, most wonderful man in the world. He is the sweetest, most bizarre, funny. And he made.
Do you want your beverage with rye or with
I
bourbon?
don't know what the rye is. And he made this, and he makes a point that, you know, you could never have enough icing sugar on this. I think you can never have enough lemon. I think the lemon is what really makes it phenomenal. And if you want to get really involved, and I've done it before, where I've made my own lemon curd.
I have some lemon. Okay.
I made my own lemon curd, and I've done it with that, and it's really incredible. We're going to go check on you guys over on the board now, see what's going on here.
By the way, in case anyone hasn't noticed,
Hi, everybody.
I'm free pouring now.
She's free pouring. She's given up. So we are just going to check what's going on. My mother was there. She said no Splenda.
Maureen, don't hit on the Splenda.
There we are. Audrey, of course, said Splemda. Thank you, Splemda.
It's her new name.
Alicia said she crumbled up a sugar cookie. Tastes great. Thanks, guys.
As in that was what you did? You just crumbled up a sugar cookie?
She didn't eat any of this. She just crumbled up
a sugar cookie.
And Audrey Ivory, of course, said something we all should take to heart, and that's Jesus.
Indeed.
So, one more time, I'm going to bring it on this camera so you guys can see over here. Look how delicious that is. How lovely it came out. So good.
Stop doing it.
We're going to take
Genie Emerald gonna kill you.
We're going to take it back here for the main cram. Main cram with Shauna, with El Diablo.
Or Shauna. It's all good. I made you another beverage. There might be too much cinnamon in it.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
Honestly, if you are here for the second time after putting up with our audio issues last week, I really appreciate it. And clearly, we're just going to keep getting better. So if you have suggestions or things that you super duper want to see within reason, of course.
We're going to publish the poll. We're going to remind them about the poll over here.
And
publish
we just published the poll. So whatever y'all want to see us cook or y'all want to eat, I don't know how a girl from Montreal.
What should the theme of our next thing set be?
Yeah, what should the
Musical Mania.
Musical Mania. Sorry, Dan, I was talking.
I know, but this is going to come out.
Musical Mania.
Old School Vegas.
Old School Vegas.
Breaking Breakfast.
Breaking Breakfast.
Or Quarantine Connections.
Or Quarantine Concoctions. You're not even reading them right.
No.
Also, if you want to turn up and hang out with us on Thursday nights, like I said, and wear a costume, I support that. If you want to wear a costume and then send us a photo, I support that even more. If you like this, I've made you one already.
Oh,
you're just not paying attention.
That was your thought.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
So, like I keep saying, you do you. It's strange times. We're gonna try to continue to cook with the thing.
We're going to be doing this every week.
We are going to be doing this every week,
Every
but we're
Thursday.
also trying really hard to not make you go out. Like if you're already out getting groceries, and the thing that we can probably do is start posting our ingredients list a few days earlier.
Yeah.
So while you're already,
We're going to get better about this. I honestly say, and I think we're all going through this at this point. This has been, for me at least, a particularly bad week. It was a little bit. This all came a little bit hitting home, and when you combine it with trying to get something done, it wasn't a good combination. I'm not 100% sure how to fix that, but I think we have it. I think we should try this together, by the way.
cheers.
Now that we finally have, ladies and gentlemen, the Dutch baby.
Was this mine? I'm just
Sure,
gonna,
we'll go with that.
You know what? When you live with
The
someone
Dutch
and you're
baby.
already sharing germs, just eat their food.
The cinnamon maple whiskey sour. Oh, so good.
It becomes almost like an apple pie.
Yeah, very, very beautiful together.
Yeah.
But it's like we've all gone through them. I'm sure we've all had our good days and our bad days for all of this stuff. I will say, until we actually got on camera, again, literally 2 seconds before we were supposed to go on, we had technical issues that the whole thing went down on us.
Fuck it, that knocked me.
Oh, I'm talking about it.
I mean, I know what happened.
But so it's a little bizarre what we're doing. But once we got here, we started talking, we started interacting with you guys. It realized, oh, this was so much fun. We're gonna also be put out for sure this week our first video that is gonna be produced. Follow us on our YouTube. We're gonna have a YouTube channel. We're gonna put it up on our Facebook group every Thursday though, 5 o'clock. And for now, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it at Facebook Live until we find there's a better source for this. We're gonna do it Facebook Live. So every Thursday, 5 o'clock, Facebook.com/StirCrazyTV/live. Just be here.
And I'm going to say something now.
Okay.
Some of you know me, some of you don't. I've been dying to teach a class online. I'm a dancer and a burlesque dancer and whatever. But a lot of this is super intimidating. You know, going live is intimidating. Even coming live to you guys from our kitchen. And some of you have sat right there and eaten with us. And I don't get nervous when people are coming over, but I for sure get nervous because there's a camera here. So I understand if you're sitting at home and you're one of our artist friends and you feel weird about going live, I get that. I have wanted nothing more than to teach for the last 2 weeks, but then I get super intimidated about all of the stuff that Dan always sorts out when we're doing this together. And what if it's not good? And what if it's not this? And what if it's not that? And I think one of the really cool things in the last couple of weeks is, for better or worse, people have dropped their standard a little bit. And I don't mean those putting stuff out. I mean people receiving stuff back, which is, if your tech isn't perfect, that's cool. I just want to dance, or I just want to like do a workout class, or I just want to. So all I'm saying is shout out to the people I know who are producing online content live, because it scares the living bejeez out of me for whatever reason. And those of you taking classes online with dance teachers and fitness instructors and voice teachers and all of that kind of stuff, be aware that it's a lot. It's intimidating AF. It really is.
And we like to say this week we really tried to step up and play around and find something that's going to make this show a little bit more of a show. And I think today we found a little bit more of a voice of what we're doing.
But there's also, there's jobs, unlike doctor, lawyer, and banker, that you learn as you go. And I think if I'm speaking, it's not to excuse our lack of tech last week or whatever. It's more because we're here right now. And I'm trying to convince myself that not being perfect is super okay. And that doesn't mean that you can't take chances. And a lot of people right now are wondering about their financial outcome and their professional outcome, and if they have an industry to go back to when they're done with this. And I kind of think, and I'm talking to me as much as I'm talking to you guys, take the chance. Dream big right now, and it's terrifying. And I have definitely gone through days in the last week and a half where there's been no dream ability here. There's just been a lot of sad. But allow yourselves to dream big and eat good food, and reach out to the people you don't speak to a lot.
Hey, we're going to go back to our poll, see what some responses are. Our polls right now, our current active poll, with
tied.
We have a
for second.
We have a tie for second. So really, currently right now, holding in place is quarantine concoctions for next week. We're going to do, and if we do quarantine concoctions, I suggest, because we dressed up in onesies for our movie night.
In case you didn't notice,
I say we do apocalypse gear for our quarantine concoctions.
That means we're gonna have to make stuff.
We could make stuff, or we could possibly just have what we would wear in the apocalypse. Right now, ironically, this is what we
share
wear.
a closet.
What we wear for the apocalypse. So if you want to see that, we'll see if that affects the voting at all. If anybody has any more votes, put them in there while we still have it up. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say, too, is if you want us to go, which the overwhelming response seems to be we should do quarantine concoctions, then hit us with what you've got in your pantry.
Yeah.
Send us a little message of I've got
post on our Facebook page. Say, we're going to put up a posting that says, what are your ingredients? And we'll let you guys fill in the comments. Fill it in. we'll take a look and we'll see what the sort of common things are that we also have, and we'll figure out something we can make with that.
Yeah.
And again, if you want it to be, keep in mind that we always want to make a cocktail. We always want to make some kind of snack.
We're also trying really hard, again, not to use cocktail ingredients even more so than actual food ingredients. We don't want you guys to need to go out to, depending on where you are, the LCBO, the SAC, or whatever, to need to get, I'm going to say, en gros guillemets, weird ingredients that you don't have at home. You know, like chartreuse.
The whole point of this is to keep it as easy for people, and to have hopefully have some people cook along. We've had some people last week. We had a few people hashtag us on Instagram and on Facebook, showing us what they made. If you guys want to do it, again, the hashtag is StirCrazyTV. Send it along. We'll post them up, make sure everybody can see it on our stuff.
We want to be doing this with y'all because we miss y'all.
We miss everybody. We are 25 minutes away. We're gonna give 5 more minutes
to the poll.
Oh,
numbers are shifting.
Numbers are shifting. Old School Vegas is breaking away a little bit, but we're still.
Your mother wants us in masks and jammies.
Let's head over to the comment corner for a second, shall we? Hey, comment corner.
Okay.
I hit the wrong button.
Hold on.
Hi, comment corner.
Ryan Collinston, do you do picklebacks? That's the first question.
That sounds filthy.
No, it does not.
It does. It sounds dirty.
Ryan Collinston sent an ingredient list that said vodka, wine, scotch, and pickles. And I've been drinking pickle juice out of the jar since I was a little girl. And nothing has made me feel more validated when someone gave me a pickleback in a bar within the last 2 years.
I've been doing pickle juice since I was a kid. I loved it.
Because I like anything that's vinegar based. Anything that's super salty, super vinegary, that's my jam more than like cake or
pickle
ice cream.
Juice came to me out of, there is a phenomenal old film, and myself and the owner of the Wiggle Room, Jeremy Hackman, have talked about it so many times.
Hi, Jeremy.
One of our favorite old films called The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, which is a live action Dr. Seuss story that was made in the late 50s, early 60s.
Where can one find this on the internet?
I have found it on the internet a few different places. I think it might be on Amazon Prime. If not, I'm sure it's on Apple. Watch it. It is the most insane thing you'll ever see. But one of the things that they do is there's a machine where they serve pickle juice, and you can spit, and it creates explosions, and people try and kill each other with it. It's crazy.
I love pickle anything. For the record, only dill, not gherkins. Gherkins are.
Jeff Miller says we should be naked chefs, or he's actually questioning naked chefs. Thanks, Jeff. You're odd. Jeff asked if I still remember him. Do you still remember me?
I don't know, Jeff. You just.
He's from BCIT. I probably do remember you, Jeff. Of course I remember you. We go so far back to those days that were before now.
He tried, though. He tried. He did try.
My mother said make pickle bread for real. Not for real, for play.
Audrey Ivory says she misses the main dude. Which main dude?
I thought Diane was your main dude.
Yeah. Like the dude who cut the smoked meat. Are you talking about Pickle Daddy? We all miss Pickle Daddy.
Pickle Daddy.
We all miss Pickle Daddy.
What are we at? We're at 50% of all 16 votes.
So y'all just want to know how to cook the shit that's already...
All right, so we're going to do a quarantine concoction show next week. We're going to show the results, ladies and gentlemen. Next week will be quarantine concoctions. What that means for you as an audience
will actually depend on you. So, send us a list. Post it on the page of
Facebook.com/StirCrazyTV.
We have 10 cans of mushrooms, or we have some weird, I don't know, blood. I don't know yet.
Blah. Of course, it's a famous Ukrainian dessert
called
blah.
Well, we just made up a thing.
As you can see, there we are. There's our thing. 50% of the people are loving the
quarantine concoctions.
Nobody eats breakfast? What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, I was really honest. Oh, what happened?
Qu'est-ce
Here?
qui se passe?
Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. I accidentally. Hopefully that doesn't fuck anything up.
Algorithm.
I accidentally backed.
Something went wrong. We don't know if you guys are here anymore.
Let's see. Hopefully.
Is there anybody in there?
It looks like we're still okay. I think we're still okay. I think we're.
Audrey, I love you the most. I love you the most, and I still have a present at my house for you.
All right. Okay. Hopefully this is still working. I think we're good. And the way to know that, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we have one last question to ask. We can check on people, see if they want to.
We're not going anywhere. It's only 6:40.
I know, but we have a question that I think will take some time.
Okay.
And then we can talk about some stuff.
All right, we can go about
Okay, good. We did since we're there. Everybody's still there. So we have one last question. I'm going to close the results. We're going back to a question.
Lynn.
Our question for you right now, and as we go up here, what are you currently binging? This, to me, is possibly the biggest question going on right now. What are you watching? Because everybody is running out of stuff to watch. And
also in a furious speed.
Mhm.
Like if it used to take you, let's say, a month to watch a season of a show because, once or twice a week, maybe you had some time, you have kids, you have a job, blah, blah, blah. You're going to take your 45 minutes and watch something in your you time in the bath or wherever. And all of a sudden, we got time. So
We got
I
time.
said, at
What
the
are you
beginning
watching?
of this, I binged Unorthodox between 4:15 in the morning until whenever it took me to finish it,
Yeah.
minus the making of
And Ozark.
and Ozark. I am almost finished 3 seasons of Ozark.
We did the same thing. Honestly, my favorite thing that I've watched, and
Food, love.
sorry.
Um,
My thing that I have discovered in this time
It's
that
Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience is the best thing I have come across in ages.
And it's Canadian, which
It's
makes me
Canadian content, which is
so
phenomenal.
happy.
It is the most. I have, and I think I put a post up where I think I've never been as emotionally invested in a show as I have mid-second season between the story between Appa and Jung, as I have in any TV show. It was incredible.
And for those of you who are watching and who might not be in Canada, I mean, there's not tons of you, so if we have one international viewer, that's awesome. But unfortunately, Canadians, we're just used to our broadcast and our stuff not being as good as what's coming out of the
Kim's
States.
Convenience just released its 4th season on Netflix.
No, I know. But I'm saying, normally, most of our comedians, most of our actors, most of everybody goes south because the production value is higher and this and that. Okay, could you stop? I'm trying to have a quasi-serious conversation.
I know.
But for me to find something amazing produced by the CBC, it's so good. And if you haven't watched just the first episode, it's maybe 22 minutes of your entire life. If you have wasted the last hour and 40 minutes of your life with us, definitely put aside 22 minutes to watch Kim's
Convenience is brilliant.
It's so good.
Stuff that people have been putting up that have put up recently. I'm going to look at this our feed here. What's going on here? Why is it still? There we are. There we are. Is Lynn Schlala just posted that she is watching Letterkenny, which a shout out to K-Trev
and to Tia Horn.
Yeah. K-Trev, a brilliant comedian and friend of mine, and it is one of the best shows, and I feel like it's a very Canadian thing. When something is Canadian, we really have to point out that it's Canadian. We kind of feel it's our responsibility.
We also sort of apologize for it at the same time.
But I also think that there is a thing, and I don't ever want to diminish anything by just saying it's a great Canadian show. Letterkenny and Kim's Convenience are both just period, bar none, great shows. But the fact that they happen to be Canadian makes them even that much better.
But I would say, moreover, if I may, The cool thing about Kim's Convenience and Letterkenny is they're both really Canadian shows. Like Letterkenny,
Really Canadian,
like
yeah.
Letterkenny is like I would argue the most Canadian.
No,
show.
I think it's the most rural white Canadian
Okay, sorry.
show.
So like, yeah, it's the
Because
most,
I grew up in Vancouver. To me, Kim's Convenience is the most Canadian show.
So, but Kim's Convenience, from the perspective that many people who go to a foreign country and start a business and try to raise their children in the same ethnicity that they grew up in, it's not necessarily like a new thing or solely Canadian.
Yeah.
Whereas Letterkenny and the slang of Letterkenny and the even the like the patter of Letterkenny is so Canadian, but also Kim's Convenience is so Canadian in the way.
It's
and
because I think
and if you're here from a different country, we don't not like you because you're not Canadian. That's kind of the point. We love everybody.
we're
but,
Canadian.
But I'm really proud. And I've had nothing to do with these two shows, and neither has Dan. But I'm like,
They're
when I
brilliant.
watch
They're both
them, I
brilliant.
just go like, okay, this is some good ass
All right.
content.
All right. Diane put up that he's watching The Blacklist with James Spader as Bay.
I couldn't get into it, man.
Yeah.
I tried to watch The Blacklist. Like I watched like.
She
4
tried to
episodes.
watch The Blacklist, but she couldn't get into it. Racist.
Okay, it's going downhill fast. What you guys need to know is it's probably going to be the general theme between 6:40 and 7.
Julie Jolie is watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Amazing.
Oh my God, amazing.
So funny. So funny. Misty Portugal. I've already finished The L Word. Is that just the TV show? And as much as I can of Hot in Cleveland. So good.
Misty, do you still hate Jenny? Is she still the worst thing? Because like I haven't watched that show in so long, but when you posted the other day about Jenny, I was like, oh, Jenny.
Who's Jenny?
The L Word.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to think of Hot in Cleveland.
No, the L Word. The L Word.
Hot in Cleveland. Who's Jenny?
No, the L Word.
Diane, BBC The Capture. Love those small 6-part Brits show. That was a weird sentence to have to say. Maria Sol Suarez Martinez, all the way up in the Yukon.
In the Yukon represent.
She's rewatching Red Shoe Diaries, which is so funny because David Duchovny has not even done that.
Wait, Magali, je suis d'accord à 100%. The Good Place is one of the best things.
The Good Place is probably my favorite show of the past 5 years. It
smart,
is the
c'est drôle,
smartest.
c'est
Yeah, it's
vraiment-
gorgeous.
ouais.
I love it. I love it.
Et c'est bien écrit, genre. So sorry if any of you are tuning in who aren't French, but I think that some
And
of you
Misty has added, yes, she hates Jenny.
En tout cas, nos amis français, j'essaie mon meilleur parce qu'ici dans notre maison, on est une maison anglophone. Mais dans le futur, écrivez-nous en français. Moi, je ferai mon meilleur pour vous répondre en français. Je veux pas que la langue nous empêche de échanger tout ça.
Audrey Ivory has also added, she's rewatching that 70s show
Did
for
it hold
probably
up?
the 5th time. It's a great show. That show holds up. Ironically, the spin-off show that they made, which was
what?
called That 80s Show.
I never saw that.
Which Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia stars in.
Okay.
We watched The Hunt. He was also in The Hunt.
Yeah. I never saw that 80s show.
It is genuinely terrible. It is horrid.
My life was that 80s show. I
It
wouldn't
was
want to watch a
terrible. But that 70s show was very good. It was very sweet. And I think you also have a great cast.
Well, it launched the careers of a lot of really, really cool people.
If you're not... Something I think, if you haven't binged, everybody's watching a lot of Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of great things on Amazon Prime that
Yes.
I love. Probably starting with The Boys. If you haven't watched The Boys,
Is Maisel
but
on
no.
Amazon Prime?
Maisel, but I was in the middle of the sentence.
Sorry, just
The
asking.
Boys is the best thing, in my opinion. The great comic book series by Garth Ennis that I love. They did the series on Amazon Prime with Carl Urban. Phenomenal watch. The other thing I love, of course, is Marvelous Mrs. Maisel that's on that. It's very different.
If you make clothing and you want to make me Maisel outfits, I will pay for that as soon as I'm working again. Like if you're not Jewish, it's amazing. If you're Jewish, it's I think 4% funnier because there's so much of like the old Catskill Judaism that's there, but like just the wardrobe.
Oh, it's great.
The
It's a
comedy
good.
is
It's
great,
the period of it is a comedy. It's really
it's
fun.
amazing. It's really good.
I'm just gonna close this question. The other thing that
I'm really proud of all of
other-
you for not saying that you're binging on hard drugs. Thank you for that. I was expecting at least
I
one
am
of those.
binging on hard drugs. That's why.
I really was expecting one comment.
And nobody we're going to assume that everybody's seen Tiger King. We're going to assume that everybody is a horrible person that watched that show and went, yeah.
If you have
It's
not
really
seen
good.
Tiger King, speak up now. I want to know who you are. I want to know if you don't have Netflix. I want to know if you're
The
just
other one I
that
want
good.
to. The other one I
Of
want to
course.
say that I love on Amazon Prime, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, is The Looming Tower. The Looming Tower, which is a
Did I
series.
watch that?
Yeah, you watched it together. It's about the guy who was basically in the FBI, who was in charge of following Al Qaeda and all this stuff,
yes.
and he dies in. But that's not the bit because it's very well known that this man dies in 9/11. But it's all about how they tied
Right.
Al Qaeda
Yes,
to
yes,
9/11.
yes.
It's a fascinating series. I really liked it. Jeff Daniels is in it.
Yes, Jeff Daniels is in it.
Really good.
Also,
really good.
if you want to watch Jeff Daniels, Newsroom.
Newsroom.
Newsroom is, I think, it's incredibly underrated. Like, if you like Alan Sorkin and the way he
Lynn
writes, like,
Schlala
Yes.
screamed that
That
bitch
bitch
Carol
Carol
Baskin
Baskin.
killed her husband.
is that
And
your
here,
legal? So
I'm,
hold on,
ladies and
hold on.
gentlemen, no, ladies and gentlemen,
He screams louder. he
this
gets
is a
worse.
breaking news that we want to ruin something about Tiger King. Exclusive to our show. Call your children into the room. I killed Carol Baskin's husband.
And, okay, for all the times that he's uttered the word algorithm in the last 2 weeks of my life, that might be the worst thing that he's done. But, Lynn, I want to know, is that your, like, legal professional opinion? Like, if you were called in front of a grand jury, would you... Sorry. Also, I'm quitting smoking. I have smoked 1 cigarette a day for the last 3 weeks, and I'm very proud. So when I cough, don't get alarmed. It's my body going, thank you. But yeah, I want to know. You're my high school friend. Like, is this your distinct? Any of my other lawyer friends? Is Carol Baskin innocent? Would you take on that case? Just saying. Just saying. I don't know how Dan drank more than me, or how I'm more sober right now, but I dig it.
I'm not really drunk. I'm just having fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Dewey, no shit.
Joanne just pointed out that I did
Yeah.
confess to murder. I would love you to tie me to it other than my confession, because everything else in my life, if you ask me about it, I will deny it.
This took a turn.
This took a weird
Guys,
turn.
I wasn't expecting this, but this is like live theater, like live comedy and performance. We never know what we're going to get. And you zig and we zag. So, yeah. And that's why you tune in, because you never really know.
We're going to do this again next week. Next week, according to their requests, we're
going to do
quarantine concoctions in apocalypse gear.
Okay. Are you guys going to wear apocalypse gear, though? That's
Please
what
do.
I want to know.
If you guys also, here's the thing that, because we've now figured out this new technology, if somebody wants to be a guest and show us their apocalypse talent on next week's show,
we can do that?
get in contact with me. we will try and show some of your guys' apocalypse talents on the show. And I think this would be kind of a fun thing to do.
I think it would be great. Like, I would love so much for y'all to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, if next week's show is going to be driven by this idea of quarantine concoctions, then we really need to know what's in your pantry, so that we're not.
You want to know what's in your pantry?
What's in your pantry?
What's in your pantry?
Take a picture. Send us
That
pictures.
shows
We can
you
make a
pic-
montage.
We want to see what's in your pantries.
You know, we could make this
Are they
artistic.
granny pantries?
Granny pantry. I showed my granny pantries on Stir Crazy. It's going to be a T-shirt, and if you
Yes.
want to buy it, I can make that happen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're at. Oh,
Please stop!
we got-
I can't hold them up. Send support.
Fine, please. We want to play that game.
I will less.
Cooking Carol husband Dutch baby.
Who's? Oh,
Well, that's a thing that just happened.
Audrey.
we're
I
gonna
think I know what you mean.
we're gonna do that next week. We're gonna figure out what we are. We're gonna also say we're gonna put out at least one extra complete tape video. We're gonna start some also some comedy. I've got a couple of sketches, ideas we're gonna work.
I'm
out.
not funny at all.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm having fun doing this, and there is a point where you get 2 hours in, you go, are we
Maybe
being
it'll be an
repetitive?
hour. Maybe.
No, I don't want it. I
Oh.
think it sank us set. We've got a name.
All right, sorry, we can't rebrand now. We're
Yeah,
2 weeks
it'd
in.
be
It's
too-
way too late to rebrand.
Too late.
But if like we want this to be, we're home together all the time.
Yeah, and that's why I think if we can get you involved, that's even more incredible. I love the idea of being able to cut to people and show
for
their
sure.
talents and see some weird, bizarre, fun stuff.
If you have a new bizarre talent that you have taken up in the last 2 weeks, send one of us a private message.
Next week,
We'd love to feature
and I think
you.
next week what I will also want to show is, because it's the apocalypse, we're talking about apocalypse talents. I think the Rapture Taskets may have to make
That's
an
cool.
appearance.
I also think that we can do, instead of man in the streets interviews, we can do
Man in the sheets, yeah.
interviews. So we are so open.
We want to interview
We're
you
here
in
for
your
you.
bed.
Like,
In your
We
bed.
want to interview you in your bed at any time of the day. And again, there's about 20 some
Audrey,
odd
if
of
you
us.
want a watercolor paint, but without a single word being said. Totally silent, just water paint.
Here's the
And how you
choice.
paint water is beyond me.
Here's the deal. We want you. We want you. So come to us with your craziest ideas, and they got to be mostly family friendly, right? Like,
Why?
We're trying to start a YouTube channel, so us going to FetLife would not be the first thing. But talk to us. We want to talk to you guys. That's why we're here.
That
We
doesn't
talk to
remind me
e-
though.
we talk to each other all day long. So the whole point is to create stuff that you guys want to see, cook stuff that you guys want to eat. So just be in touch, okay? And stay safe.
If there's also any segments you like to like, if you want a news segment or a funny news segment, I think there's all kinds of things we can do now that we have sort of the ability to,
Get in touch with Seth Meyers and stuff.
I don't know. Now that we have the ability to talk privately, perhaps we could do something more intimate. Hey, this is more intimate. But, I don't know how to not be intimate. Meanwhile, back to the camera.
Thank you for tuning in. We love you very much.
join us again next week, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Please tell your friends, share this around.
Also, stay home as
Stay
much
home.
as possible, and that's why we're trying not to send you out. When this is all done, I will be sending you to the grocery store for Kefir lemon limes, Kefir lime leaves.
Pepper lime leaves.
Cashew lime leaves
Here?
and
Oh, okay.
and Thai basil, and yes, my mouth forgot how to work for a second. But once this is done, I will be sending you out for crazy groceries. But right now, do what you can
Yeah.
with what you have at home.
And we're going to take that into consideration as well.
We don't want to be responsible for sending you out in the whatever. And also get in touch with your friends. Like if you know that your neighbor has also been watching and you guys want flour for next week, like group together. I am also volunteering to make deliveries to anyone. I have a car, and as long as I can drop stuff on your porch, I am glad to do that. So please be in touch if you need anything. Tomato sauce, chicken stock, beef stock, like get in touch with me.
Also, Dana sent a private message because we wasn't sure we saw her comments in the thing. And Dana, I'm assuming Dana Kuser. And I want to say no, didn't see him. But we saw that, so.
Guys, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wash your face. Hang out. Be groovy. Binge watch shitty TV.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it diminishing your brain power because you couldn't be stupider than me right now.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the show. Next week we'll come back with a whole new thing. We'll let you know well in advance. There'll be stuff. I'm the Divine Entity.
I'm the El Diablo.
I hope your life is sweet.
I hope you're a little tipsy because I am. I'm a
you
little
don't
tipsy.
you don't remember, do you? I hope your life is sweet.
I hope. Oh, stop. This
Your
is not
life
fair.
may be sweet. Your life may be well. But one thing we hope.
Is your life is hell. I don't know why we brought this back without rehearsing it. Yes.
What?
Your life should just be awesome and healthy. So, fuck it.
Algorithm.
Oh wait, I'm gonna go. To...
Oh, still not off.
Oh,
That's what I want to go to.
We're at 28 people all night.
No, we're at 23 right now. We're fluctuating between what?
I was just wondering.
Okay.